Hello, everyone. Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 here on Monday night. After a weekend of, I don't know how I want to describe the weekend. It could be described as, yes, there was a weekend that gave us a tremendous lot of hope that this is our week. I really believe it is. Okay, so all you people that watch the show come at me and say, Ralph, you say that every week. Well, let me ask you a question. Would you rather me come on and do this? Hello, everyone. This is Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 coming live. And we're just coming on here because we have nothing but a bunch of crap. Nothing's going to happen. So I like the way I come on. And if others don't, well, you know what? You can kiss where I sit. I mean, I'm gonna call it like it is. You know, we have a lot of tremendous people in this group of ours. A lot of tremendous people. And last week I went through some depression. And man, let me tell you, did they come out and help me? I can't give up. We got to see it till the end. And I realized we can't give up. But that doesn't mean that I'm not no different than anyone here, that I get depressed. And I've been fighting depression since I was in the seventh grade. Even though I do not have it written down as one of my things to do when we start doing projects, I don't believe depression will be staying around with the help of the beds, but I will be asking that question in the Redemption Center because if not, we want to put something up on a quarterly, yearly, whatever basis for many years because we want to help people with depression because we're going to a world that is going to be, you really can't describe what it's going to be, but we're not going to jump right into that. There's people out there talking that they say when this happens, it's all going to change. No, it's not. We're not going to go to 5D like that. We're going to get there and we're going to live in a beautiful, beautiful heaven on earth world. But it's not going to happen overnight. It can't happen overnight because I'm just going to go over here and look and I'm going to say, here's Myrna and Jana and Linda, Ian and Russ and Richard, Jeffrey, Papa G, all of you guys, if we was to all jump into 5G and we're living in the world where it's going to eventually get, we got people like Brandon and Mandy and Russ and Jan and Rhoda and Dick and Tom and Harry and Sue. And the last ones I was making up names, but the first ones was family members who I know 100% for a fact do not have their eyes open yet. Because, see, it's all about these things. I think I got a couple of them in here. See, it's all about this stuff here to them people. I can only afford to show a one because I don't have any of them bigger things, but it's all about how many of these can we accumulate? How many of these can we have? But that's not the world we're going to. And the sooner the people realize, as soon as they realize that it's about everything else. The money is going to be great. If I look at Mike Davis and say, Mike, isn't it going to be great that you're going to be a millionaire? You think Mike's going to say, heck no, Ralph? It's going to be nice that I'm not. But you are going to be. How many times have we been told we have an account right now? Each and every one of us that is on this show right now has an account. And we know we're millionaires. But it gets better than that because we're not only millionaires, but then we're going to go back to the 50 prices. How many here I know Ron does because I see his name popped up here, but Ian, Ann, Bill Woods, One Voice for You, David, everyone else here. See, I'm trying to get as many involved tonight as I can. How many here remember green stamps? You remember going and buying something, no matter where you went, no matter what you bought, you got green stamps. And boy, then you had to put them in the books. And then mom would trade them in for gas, for food, for whatever. Green stamps. Remember them? Well, Ron sends me a picture the other night, and I'm going to try to share it later. But I didn't even realize the picture was for green stamps also. All I seen was at the little gas station, and all it was a little bitty building, not even, you can't even call it one room, just big enough for maybe an attendant to sit in, walk out the door, and fill your car up with gas. Not you, Myrna. Not you, Margaret. Not you, Mike Davis. Not you, Janet. Have to get out of your car and fill the car. But they come out and filled it for you. And as they're filling it, hey, you want me to wash your windows and check your oil too? Did you ever wonder why, back when we were growing up, baby boomers, did you ever wonder why you didn't blow engines on cars? Because they was treated. You knew that your oil was. And if you was a half a quart or a quart low of oil, you didn't have to run it in to get your oil change. They would put a quart of oil in for you right there. They would do it. That was their job, and they took pride in their job. Now, we went to Burger King the other day. The little monkey on Friday wanted to take Uncle Ron lunch home. We were coming to Uncle Ron's house. We had to go to a store first. And then I said, "You want to get lunch?" She said, "Yeah, can we get lunch for Uncle Ron too?" Now she has her ways of doing things. She knew if she's really good to Uncle Ron and she treats him good, Uncle Ron happens to put one of those green things, but it usually has a 5 on it for her. And then she goes, gets a toy. But she wanted to bring lunch to Uncle Ron. So we went to Burger King and I pulled up to the drive-in, and they have these $5 meals where you get your choice of sandwich, 4 chicken nuggets, french fry, and a drink for $5. So I ordered her the bacon cheeseburger without bacon. I wanted the bacon on it, and I'd have just ate the bacon, took it off when we got here. No, she didn't want that. She's the boss. She wanted a bacon cheeseburger without bacon, just ketchup and 2 pickles. Okay. I'd order for me and Ron the Junior Whopper meal without onions. Now, I love onions. Ron don't, but I don't want to have to go through my sandwich and his sandwich to see which one's got onions and which ones don't. And when the lady's taking my order, you can't hardly understand her. All of a sudden, she says, "Second window, please." That's the only thing I could understand. I'm driving up as I'm going by the first window. Lady said, "Stop here. I have no idea why that crazy lady told you to go to the second window. You got to pay here." So I stopped and I paid and I said, "She's going to mess my order up." She said, "I know it." I said, "Well, why don't you go help her?" She said, "I'm going to try." But this is an arrogant lady that thinks she knows everything. She don't want to work. She just wants to do what she thinks is her job, which is not. She gives me the drink. I got the little monkey a fruit punch, and she literally went to hand it to me and threw it on the ground. Well, now she's mad because now she's got to make another one. I get the second one. I secured it. I give it to the little monkey, and she put it in her holder in her car seat. Me and Ron got Sprites, and I put ours in the 2 holders I had there in the front. She gives me the order, and it's in one bag. I had asked to be put in all of them in separate bags. So we should have had 3. It's all in one. I look in, the French fries are all over the place in there, but I did see there was 3 bags. And they said, there's only two sandwiches, ma'am. She said, there's three in there. I said, no, there's two. Well, sir, you got to go. If you want to complain, come inside and complain. Well, I wasn't going to get out of my car going inside. I figured I know there's two. So Ron and the monkey can have the sandwiches and I'll just eat the chicken nuggets. Well, when I got to Ron's house, didn't have the little girl's sandwich. So I had to take off all the stuff for my sandwich, put more ketchup on. Thank goodness we had pickles here, and I put the pickles on, and she got her sandwich and she ate the whole thing. But the purpose of the story was back then in that little bitty shed that they called a gas station, the people would come out, fill your tank up, or put however much in you wanted, check your oil, wash your windows, check your air pressure in your tires if you needed it. They took pride in their job. The people working today, they don't. Why should they? Why should this black lady take any pride in her job when you got people coming from another country that's sitting, laying, eating whatever they want to do in luxurious hotels and restaurants for free from our taxpayers' money? So you can understand it a little bit. Or it breaks my heart when I see these people on the street. Can you spare some change? And I looked at the person the other day and I give him a $5 bill. And I had bought a sandwich, one of those at Subway's $3.99 at Walmart. And I handed him the sandwich and I said, normally I would go in this store and I'd buy you a sandwich because you said you just want something. $5 isn't going to get you drugs. But I said, look at the sign there. Look at the sign. It says hiring. I said, sir, I don't have any good clothes to go in there. I said, let's go in the store. I'll buy you a shirt and a pair of pants and even a new pair of tennis shoes. I'll spend 30 or 40, $50 on you to help you get a job. I'll even go up and give you as a reference with my name. I'm telling you, that man run faster than I thought it possible for anyone to run. Got his sandwich, got his $5. They don't want to work. They want to hit people up, make people feel sorry for them. Now, there is people that would work if they have the opportunity, but I can't. I can't go out there and try to help everyone. I try to help the ones I can help. But someone like me went out of my way to help this individual and they took off running. Probably as soon as they quit running, when I quit watching, they probably snuck back into Walmart and bought them some beer or something. And you can get them big beers, or went to the gas station. The gas station had a deal going, two two cans of 24-ounce Bush Light for $3. So they could get that and they had their sandwich. So they should be good for another day. The weekend was full of promise. Yesterday, a lot of people in our group, watched The Hat and many, many speakers. And I'm going to get into that, but I want to do the pledge and I want to do the music. And then I'm going to talk to the kids before I go because yesterday was Boog's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Boogs. Happy birthday to you. Then we have Boogs, Boogaloo, Boogie, Boogaroo, and all the Boogs. And Papa John, he he posted it and got a lot of birthday wishes. And Larry, Patriot Larry, our young man, Renee's oldest son, will be 17 or 17, I believe, in November. hope can say this. I'm going to say it anyway, just in case Larry's watching, because I'm sure Jim has given it to him already. I got a picture. I got shown a picture of his birthday. You know what? I'm not going to tell what it is, but I got shown a picture of what his early birthday present is, and boy, is it nice. So, Jim, is it okay if I call you Dad because my birthday's in February? But uh, the 13-year-old daughter, and I'm sorry, guys, I'm having trouble with names tonight. If I screw some names up, I got a lot going on in my head, and there's just not that much room. The little 13-year-old girl, she's a very beautiful little girl, takes after mommy Renee, and the baby is just precious. The whole family is still struggling and keep prayers going for them. And I believe it'll start getting a little easier because I believe they're going to have a dream again one of these days. I do. I believe Renee's going to come visit them again. That's just my feelings, but she's the kind of woman that when they start to struggle, she's going to be there. You know it. You know it. And we have little Jimmy, who I hadn't mentioned yet, who is quite a young man. Patriot 11, Patriot Wyatt Earp, and Karate Kid. My little grandson, Patriot Small Hank, has a test tomorrow night for his karate, martial arts, whatever you want to call it. And he had to go into an unscheduled practice tonight to get a little work in because he was gone to Jamaica all last week and he didn't get to go at all. So with the test tomorrow, they want to make sure that he's up to snuff. But he's doing good. He told me today that he really ate a lot of ice cream. Once I give him permission, I said, "Dude, you're down there. Eat as much ice cream as you can. It's free." I think I got about 15 pictures after that, him getting ice cream. Patriot Princess, our queen, and her brother, Patriot Hunter. What a couple of great kids. And Jana is so lucky to have such special little kids as grandson and granddaughter. I really can't wait to meet all of the kids, but I'm Jana's posting stuff and she posts a lot of good stuff. She posted something the other day and I copied it and saved it and shared it. I think it was a Christmas treat that you can make. It looked really good. My ex-girlfriend did that too. She posted something the other day. Actually, two of my ex-girlfriends. I like to cook. I like to associate with kids and people and Patriot Little Leona and Patriot Leilana, two amazing little girls. Patriot Kira, my granddaughter, she had to start wearing glasses today. I don't think she's too happy about it, but you know, as much as you can get her to wear it, it's going to help her till she's old enough that she can actually realize she has to wear them. And if all goes well, maybe by the time she goes to school in the first grade, the actual first grade, 6 years old, maybe she'll be out of them. Well, only time can tell. Patriot super gymnast who really scared me last Friday night because she just wasn't herself. I spent some time with her yesterday afternoon as I did Patriot Little Monkey. Um, After I took Patriot 7 fishing, we didn't get a single bite. But as we was walking up the hill to leave the pond we went fishing at, Patriot 7 looked and said, "Papa, I really had a good time." It has nothing to do about catching the fish. It's about spending the time with the kids. And when I got to the house taking him home, I spent time with the other two, the girls. And it's like this is what it's about. They don't care. if you do this, they don't care if you do that. What they really love is you take the time to show them that you love them. Don't just tell them you love them, take the time to show them. They had a big Halloween party Saturday night. Amber sent me a message. We're carving pumpkins at 7 o'clock in the garage. We're going to have some snacks. That's all she said. Oh, no, they didn't do that. I mean, they had school friends come over, school friends' parents come over, Grandpa Don, David, the dad, Grandma Bo's grandson, his he went over. They looked like they had a great time. If she told me they were doing something like that, I'd have went over. But to drive 20 miles just to watch the kids carve pumpkins, you know, after the weekend I had put in, I mean, I worked very hard doing some things, getting things caught up. But it is what it is, and pretty sure I hit all the kids. If I missed any, I apologize, and I'll mention you twice the next show. But I'm going to say the pledge and the music, and then we're going to come back and get the show going. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If tomorrow things were gone, work for all my life. See that black rug? That rubber one in your bedroom? Just children. I turned it over. Thank my stars. Stands for freedom. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea. From Detroit down to Houston, New York to I kept on like the stories all the time. Part of the room, you get part of the building. Right. The water has to complain. So the nothing time to see. Oh, and God bless the USA, proud to be an American, the great version of it. I noticed something yesterday. I listened to the hat. I listened to him start his when he came up. Oh, I mean, you couldn't have played it. If you'd have played it when they first started, nobody would have remembered it was what 5 hours and 19 minutes. And speaking about time, and I know Margaret's on here because I see her say hi, Tim. Margaret will verify this. The other day, she called me to do a video call. I was just pulling in to Menard's parking lot. So I pulled in and I parked. And I told her, I said, Margaret, I got to show you this on my Fitbit, my watch. Right now, they're saying a numbers watch is anything that's, a lot of or whatever. And me and Ron have been seeing all of the 111s, 222s, 333, 444, 555s, 1111. When before we started buying foreign currency, Ron and me used to spend quite a bit of money a week spending on tickets, a lot of tickets. We used to play pick four, and we played this one number, 1919. Then Margaret tells me the other day, ones and nines is what a magical number. I don't remember exactly how she said it. I said, well, you got to see this. So I took my watch off and I laid it in the passenger seat, and I took my camera on my phone and I showed it to her. And the numbers of the steps I had walked that day, right to that point, because they're not going to change while I'm in the car because I'm not walking. But the numbers that was on my watch was 191, no, 19991. And I looked at her and I said, is this a coincidence? Then, which I wasn't able to show her, the car that was parked right in front of me was 919. And I'm thinking, wow, that's an awful lot of ones and an awful lot of nines. Now, this is all stuff that, we're supposed to be noticing. But also a coincidence that happened to me that day as I'm driving in. When I first looked driving in to see what I originally looked to see the time, that's when I seen the 19919 or whatever it was. When I first looked to see the time was on my watch here. You see, it says 0729, if you guys can see it. 0730 now. At that time, it said 0523. And I go, wow, that's amazing. Now you guys are probably going, what's so bad, amazing about 0523? That was my clock number at Gould Battery where I worked for 30 years. That was my clock number. Well, it will always be my clock number because the place is shut down now. But I thought that was pretty ironic to have something like that so amazing, especially when she's telling us. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about this yesterday. Uh, I felt cheated because the lady from Russia, you know her by MT, if you know her initials, beautiful lady, along with Jackie Kennedy and Princess Diana. I consider them three of the top most beautiful women that's ever lived in the world, especially three of the top most beautiful women that are good. I mean, if you listen to Restored Republic the other day and you got a partial list, oh my goodness. Oh, women that I grew up thinking was just the greatest thing in the world. Oh, they're not so good. Some of them aren't even so much of a woman. Boy, have we been deceived. But that's okay because I watched a show today. I watched a show today with a guy. He reminded me a lot of me because he's just nothing special. He don't try to be nothing special. He just plain ordinary old him. And he made the statement that our generation, the people who are doing what we're doing right now, we got the goods. We got the guts to stand up against them. We got the guts to go after them. We got the guts to make heaven on earth. Our parents didn't want to do it. Their parents didn't want to do it. And now they're all in heaven saying, wow, did we raise the right kids? We raised the kids that have the guts to stand up there and do what needed to be done for all these years. So they deserve everything they're going to be getting. But does that still mean that we may not see them? No. He talked about some other things that I'm not going to go into. The moon, and when the moon hits you, I like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Anyway, hey, Grandma Bo. Janet, good to see you. I think I've already said hi. Jamie, Coker or Cooker? Not sure. Diane Katz, I can't pronounce your last name. Tim Brown. Tim Brown. Are you Tim Brown, the football player that was a tremendous punt returner? I believe you went to Notre Dame. To one voice for you. I've mentioned a lot of you guys tonight. Boy, I tell you, doing this show with this laptop, man, I it's clear. It's really good. Wow. Ann here is here. I want to thank everyone. There's 125 people here tonight. 43 of you has even hit the like button and thumbs up. You know what? I always saw these videos and it's before you do this, please hit the like button and subscribe. You know, if you're on here and you're not subscribed, that's your decision. If you're on here and you don't want to hit the like button, that's your decision. Well, it makes it so much better. You know what it makes it better is because these are guys that want to get money. So they want more people to like, they want more people to subscribe. They want more people because the more people that subscribes, the more money they make for all the ads that they have as pop-ups. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. Jamie is here. David is here. Oh, Susie Q is here. So anyway, I'm in a little bit better mood tonight, and I really don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I did want to talk about yesterday. I thought that the Hats boys. Uh, I thought they did excellent. I thought that Dana White was really good. Um, Elon Musk. There was a lot of great speakers yesterday. Some of them I can't remember their names, but there was a lot of great speakers. But there was a lot of speakers. But when it had himself finally come on, and he had his beautiful wife there, which I know some people's question to me, was it really her? Was it really him? Because we all know. And there was supposed to be, when he said goodbye and all this and that, there was supposed to be something this morning, which to my knowledge never happened. But it is what it is, guys. And the hat is asking everybody to go out and vote early. So this blow away, runaway train, you know, I mean, there's rumors that the party, the ones that ends with a rat, are not even endorsing their candidate anymore. But can you blame them? I mean, Oji Bunker says it best. You just can't fix stupidity in the way that they are. She was booed very, very heavily at her rally. I mean, booed and heckled, and they said she was almost in tears. But my question is, if she would have went into tears, would she have cried tears of an African American woman? Would she have cried tears of an Indian? Would she have cried tears of a Jamaican? Would she have cried tears of a clown? Like I had to get that in because I always talked about music, and there is a song, Tears of a Clown. Would she have cried tears of a Southern Belle? What tears would she cry? Is she capable of crying? Does she have any any nerve at all that really does make her feel bad? Or deep down inside, was she laughing? And it all relates to what was the teleprompter or the little thing in her ear telling her to do. I used to go on TikTok and I would argue with the people on there. Sometimes I just like to argue with people on stuff like that. And it got to the point where it wasn't even a challenge anymore. Oh my goodness, it wasn't a challenge. But speaking, and I want to go off base a little bit because I love sports, guys. And yesterday I watched my beloved Bears, who we know the NFL is the most rigged, most cheating, I feel, in any sports. But I watched my beloved Bears lose a ball game on a Hail Mary. But here's the thing, the team outplayed the Bears the whole game. With 21 seconds to go, 21 seconds to go on the clock, the Bears scored a touchdown to take, and then they made a 2-point conversion to take a 3-point lead. 21 seconds to go on the clock. They go for the 2 points, they make it 3 points up. As they get ready to kick off, there's 25 seconds on the clock. Now, 25 seconds from 21 seconds may not seem like a lot. They kicked off, the guy run the ball back, and it was still like 23 seconds on. He ran almost 20 yards in 2 seconds. Totally impossible. Nothing said. They ran a play. It was an incomplete pass, so it stopped. There was still 22 seconds on the clock. The referees finally got together and said, take the clock down. They run another play, hit like a 10 or 11-yard pass or a small pass, take the clock down to 12 seconds. Just before the ball is snapped, the timekeeper puts 14 seconds back up on the clock. They get another 2 seconds. So now they've been given for sure 6 extra seconds. 6 extra seconds and probably more. The next play, to show how the things go, I looked at Ron. They said they're going to run a little 10 or 11, 12-yard pass. Hardly no time's going to go off the clock. They'll get a chance. They'll be close enough to at least throw the ball to the end zone for a Hail Mary. They run a play, 12 yards, come across, caught the ball in the middle of the field, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, stepped out of bounds. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And that's exactly what I said when he's doing it. Has to be at least 4 seconds. At 4 seconds, game's over. There was still 3 seconds on the clock. So they got their final play. They cheated the Bears out of at least 10 seconds and won on a Hail Mary. On a Hail Mary, what do? You don't try to catch the ball on a Hail Mary. You swat the ball down. Everybody jumping for the ball was trying to hit it upwards. For some reason, all the team didn't go in. The ball only made about the 4-yard line. They batted up and it goes backwards. And here's a guy standing all by himself because he doesn't want to go in there and jump for the Hail Mary. When do you ever see everybody not jumping? When the ball's at the 4-yard line, this man just stood in the end zone and the ball dropped into his arms just like it was meant to be. This has nothing to do with it being the Bears. It hurt me because it was, because even though I know it's cheating, I still like the Bears. I still watch it until they take it off or they do something about it. I'll always be a Bears fan. But I'm telling you, you watch NFL football, you watch a Kansas City Chief game, and if there's any Kansas City Chiefs fans here, I'm sorry, I didn't get to see yesterday's game. And what I usually go by is on TikTok, there's always at least 4 or 5 plays a game. Why is every time there's a penalty called on Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes goes up and puts his arm around the referee? It's against, I was a referee for 25 years. It's against the rules for any player to touch a referee. Patrick Mahomes has got his arm around him like they're kissing cousins. I mean, they don't even try to hide it anymore. So I thought the rally yesterday was good, bad. I thought there was a lot of people did a lot of speaking. When the hat came up to speak, I thought he fumbled the ball. Let's put it this way, he was not a gamer in my mind. Now, if you guys thought something different, please send me a message and tell me I misunderstood it. Because I didn't want, when I heard him start talking, and all he wanted to talk about was the fifth. The fifth. I'm tired of listening to a same story over and over. We have people in this group that watched 5 hours and 19 minutes of that show yesterday. That's 5 hours and 19 minutes they can't get back. We were promised that something was going to happen. I was promised he was supposed to come out in a gold tuxedo or a gold tie or something. Someone said something about, did you see the suit he wore? It was really great. I can't really say I did, because when he started talking, I got so disappointed. Plus, I got disappointed with his choice of music, Proud to be an American, because I didn't like the version of it. And I think it was still sung by the same guy that sings what we do, but it is what it is. So, what do we have to talk about? Oh, I do have something. I want to lighten the load a little bit here, guys. You've heard me talk about a guy by the name of Ricky Revon. Ricky Revon. Ricky is a dear friend of mine. Anybody that knows me real well knows that when I come 19 years old, I joined Amway and I was pretty damn good at it. Oh, since I said what I just said, this show is not meant for children. Children can watch it under the okay of their parents, grandparents, or legal guardians. Also, the music and anything else we use in the show is for entertainment purposes only. But I went on a cruise with another company that I was doing, and Ricky was not my sponsor. My sponsor never had nothing to do with me or my ex-wife on the whole cruise. I think he said hi to us once. But we got involved in Ricky's group and we became very good friends, really good friends. And he realized that I got cheated out of over $1 million from this company because I sponsored, I actually sponsored my sponsor, but somehow it got turned around the other way. I actually sponsored a guy who became the top money earner in this company, but somehow I didn't sponsor him. I should have sponsored the number one, the number three, and the number four people in the company. I should have sponsored them. I got none of them. But that's okay. They're going to make it up to me. They never did nothing. And that's when I decided I'd had enough. But I become very good friends with Ricky. So he sends me a lot of stuff. Well, he sent me this thing today, and I think you guys are going to like it. A man is lying in a hospital. You might want to listen to this, guys. Waiting to be the first person in history to receive a brain transplant. The doctor came in and said, congratulations. But unfortunately, since this is a new procedure, your insurance isn't going to cover it all. So we're going to give you 3 choices for brains, and you can decide which one you can afford. The man said to the doctor, okay, what are they? The doctor said, well, first, there's the middle class brain. That's $100 an ounce. There's a rocket scientist brain that costs you $200 an ounce. Finally, there's the one that ends with rat brain. Democrat brain, voters brain, Democrats voter brain, the most expensive at 1,000 an ounce. The man looks at the doctor surprised, and that's absurd. Why would a Democrat voter's brain be so expensive? The doctor turned to him, not breaking a smile, as serious as can be. He says, "Sir, do you have any idea how many Democrat voters it takes to get an ounce of a brain?" I thought a little cuteness, a little joke would enhance the show tonight. I hope you like it. Did you, David? Give me a thumbs up if you did. How about you, Tim Brown? Margaret, did you like my joke? I know Janet will. I'll get a thumbs up from Janet. I know I will. Now, let me bring some things up here and we'll start getting serious about the show. Just in, the hat to deliver remarks tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time from Mar-a-Lago, Florida. Picture. She also sent a video picture of Princess Di, Melania, and Jackie. I really hope to meet all three of them. I really do. I was telling, I believe it was Linda the other day, or someone I was telling, that the girl that I write in the Ukraine, I said, well, if you come to the United States, what do you want to do? What is one thing you really want to do? It was Patriot Diane with two N's. What do you want to do? And her answer was, I want you to get me to meet Melania Trump. This Patriot Diane with two N's says, good luck with that. But my mom and dad always taught me, if there's a will, there's a way. This was posted on Telegram, but Patriot Diane with two N's sent it to me and Ron sent it to me, not knowing she sent it to me, and told me that she sent it. And it starts out OOD morning. I think it was supposed to be good morning, but he forgot the G. TNT today is Monday, the 20th of 8th of October, 2024, 107 p.m. Yahoo, Comcast, and AOL are all having issues with your emails. It is not me or TNT or MailChimp. 108 p.m. The emails are going out and being returned. 108 p.m. If your server, it is your server, they have determined not to deliver it. You need to put this in your address book. 109 p.m. We were looking for a big announcement on Friday from Iraq. 112 p.m. Right now, we didn't know what it was supposed to be. I have to say this I was glad to see that attack, because that is what was holding us up. It was the hurdle we had to get over. Went the way it was supposed to go. War games rules of engagement. 1:13 p.m. Iran said they were warned. They were warned. Everyone should be happy or not happy. 1:14 p.m. You should remember, life is not what it was on the news. That is not really. Nobody loses face. Everyone is encouraged. It looks like they retaliated. 1:15 p.m. We hope that was enough and it will be over. 3 LTR agencies worked last night, called in and brought all of the people in ready to go, supposedly going today. Everyone above them says it's a go. The banks haven't heard anything. Now we got a call that says it will be Tuesday or Thursday. That means tonight after 5 p.m., 1:16 p.m. if you if it will truly be tomorrow, Iraq is ready for it. Multiple countries will have an exchange rate 1:17 p.m. Iraq notified all of their people to be a part of the biometric system by mid-November, or they will not get their paychecks. The banks still have the rate 1:18 p.m. The rates should be released at any moment, anytime, 1:18 p.m. We were just waiting. Biggest reason to see if there will be a war 1:18 p.m. No one else wants a war 1:19 p.m. The regional war we were concerned with seems to be squashed. The system and the rates are in place and ready 1:19 p.m. The three-letter agencies are ready to go. The banks are waiting 1:20 p.m. Uh, I am waiting for the updates. We may get one after this call. I am waiting for the updates. We may get one after this call. That was the end of TNT Tony. Very, very promising. And when Diane sent it, Ron sent it, I sent messages to them telling them I would read it. I thought it was very, very encouraging. Here's something that from Michelle Moore. It was sent over to me, I believe, by David. We have to stop calling chickenpox and measles disease because they're not. They're infections, and infections come and go in a week to 10 days and leave behind a lifetime of immunity. A disease is something that comes and stays and frequently can't be cured. So when you um, V to avoid an infection, what you potentially are doing is causing a disease. Dr. Sherry J. Tenpenny, DO, board certified in emergency medicines and orthopedic manipulative medicines. So that's pretty good. Okay. This is from Wolverine. It's very long. I don't think I'm going to read it all. I'm going to read some of it. I saw a live telecast with President the Hat. He had priests and delegates surrounding him and praying for him. It was very emotional seeing that. And one of the pastors said that President the Hat was chosen by God to be the vessel to liberate the world. It reminded me of Moses and Apostle Paul. These people were warriors and had slain people, but God saw their heart. How would Moses know he would be chosen to liberate his own people when he was found out was born as a Jew? And he set out to liberate his people from the Pharaoh. The Apostle Paul also slew lots of Christians, and we know his story, and he ended up being the best of the apostles. We never know who will be chosen, and God has chosen President the Hat to liberate the USA and the world. He may not have had the best past, but he has helped many people, and God has chosen him to liberate us. We were all shocked that President the Hat was going to run for president, and many people did not take it seriously, and many did not follow the hat, but we saw good the hat's good works as president. All of you, all of you are chosen during the time we started this. There were lots of people invited to this opportunity, but they turned it away thinking it was a joke and called us conspiracy theorists and people who did not actually buy bonds or currencies, even though they knew about this or they sold them, shows they were really they were not really chosen. It takes time to believe in this was real. This is a spiritual journey to wake up and be humanitarian towards our fellow man. And the longer we know each other, and as others, our hearts become more pure, and do our so do the special beds work as they heal the higher frequency people, not the lower vibrational evil people. By the time we get to the special beds, we will all be ready. I must be careful in what I saw, in what it's a saw, but it's say to you now. About 2 hours ago, I received a call. It was a all victory. It is all green. This week, I cannot guarantee that it will happen, but it all basically commenced as some sovereign wells did get paid. Some of these wells did go back home to assess the situation, having meetings with the members to start paying their members. Obviously it will not be right away for them. They must do it right for their members. About Mauricio, all I can say is that it is all green for him and it is moving for him. The precarious, we are on edge for people who get paid on that platform. I have spoken to Dr. Julius, the owner of the platform. There are many platforms on there, and I am the owner of one of them, and he is excited to see the light for the platform. The admirals, the admiral is ready. The codes were put in as of yesterday. There are some intel providers saying things will not happen till January. This is false according to the sources in Reno and Zurich. They would not be flying now if things were that way. I do not have more to say on this intel, but that is all I am allowed to say. Then he went on to say a few more things, but I'm going to stop there because it's getting late in the show, and I do want to read a little bit of Judy, go into that, and then get us out of here for tonight. Once again, I want to take the chance that we have 158 people on the show right now. And I thank each and every one of you for following Ron and myself and being here for us. So let me see if I can pull Judy up and we'll see what she has to say. Oh, we are not advocating any specific information. Our intentions are for you to take logical bits from. All of it is just a journey. Okay, Dan sent this to me. This is the one I read. Let's see what Judy has to say a little bit, and we'll call it a night. Restored Republic via the GCRs of October 28, 2024. Compiled Monday, 28th October 2024, 12:01. Judy Bidington. Since 1979, FEMA has been acting as the official globalist shadow government with a mission to depopulate the planet for the whatever, worshiping New World Order. Operation Sandman activated on Sunday, 13th October 2024, a 100 nation silent war to destroy the fiat US dollar and globalist shadow government. All Hallows Eve, Tuesday 29, Friday, November 1. Battle Hymn of the Republic. Judy note crimes of the shadow government uh, were becoming to come into light as patriots join the White Hats global military alliance to fight for our liberties. The highest court in the land is the court of public opinion, and this means you be part of history. Wells Fargo was closing down its Oregon branches. All the while, the cabal was continuing its quest for global domination as part of the globalist agenda to roll out the CBDCs. Australian banks are refusing to allow customers to make cash withdrawals. Since its creation in 1970, I've already read that about FEMA. There's more about FEMA. Holy moly. Right. Right now, there were tens of thousands of people in the mountains of North Carolina who desperately needed assistance and were being left for DEAD by FEMA, wanted their land for a lithium mine development. Countless others have sadly already lost their lives due to international interference. I'm not going to talk about this stuff because a lot of it's about death, and I don't talk about that. A lot of this other stuff we covered. Possible timing. Well, this is old stuff because this is days it's gone by, so we know that ain't happening. This past weekend, absolutely nothing was revealed about the status of the global currency reset. We know that Tier 1, the Elders German bonds, and select Yellow Dragon bonds have been paid, and 100% of the Pentecostal group were under non disclosure agreements. Boom, the BRICS currency note, a game changer in the global financial arena from Carolyn Bazette Kennedy on Telegram. The day has come that the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are no longer satisfied with living in the shadow of the US dollar. A lot here about the BRICS that we covered. I mean, it's a lot of repeating, but I do tell you to go in and listen to Restore Republic and also 100 nations launch devastating strike to liberate US dollar, cripple America's economy. In essence, guys, everything is right on track. I was disappointed with a 5 hour and 19-minute New York, New York, Madison Square Garden. I'm not a big New York fan. I'm not a Madison Square Garden fan. Give me Chicago. That's my kind of town. Once we get a good mayor in there, is there any possible way we can bring our old mayor back? Because the ones we've had recently, they don't give a damn about anything but themselves and their wallets and their bank accounts. And working with that fat man that we have running our state is literally ludicrous. And a lot of people think, why would you live there? Because this is where I was born, this is where I was raised, and this is where my mom and dad are buried. And as far as I'm concerned, I may have a summer home, a winter home someplace else, a vacation home someplace else, but I'll live and die in Illinois. And that's me. But we can't always keep having. We're about ready to go to a government where about 90% will be gone. things are going to change. We're going to be living in a world that we can respect, we can love, and we can have fun. We might even live in a world where they come out and they put your gas in your car, they check your oils, and they make sure that your tires have air in them. We might live in a world where when someone waits on you, they will smile, they will be kind, they will be courteous, and will live in a world of happiness and joy. Because when we talk about working, when we go to what we're going to go to, we're going to be having jobs, but it's not going to be jobs like it used to be when Ron and me worked in a factory, and I would work for 16 hours a day, and 15 hours and 45 minutes into the day, they're still harassing us to give it everything we have. We had nothing left but to make sure the order got out. We worked them hours. And I worked in a very good place where they did give us breaks. I watch people now, but I walk into a fast food restaurant and it's sad. But then I walk into a mom and dad's restaurant, someone who's trying to make ends meet. The people that work there, they work there and they're willing to work long hours. They're willing to work more days because they can't get real workers to come in and work because the people are too damn lazy to work. Why wouldn't they be? Because they can sit at home and make more money off of unemployment or on food stamps or on this or on that. And we have to change this, and we're going to change this. Dear Lord, as we come to the end of tonight's show, today may be the last show we do like this. I truthfully have, in talking to you, Lord, in communicating with you, I've got things that I've saw, that I've heard right after I talked to you, that I truthfully believe this is the week. And I've never said this in prayer to you, but I truthfully believe you're ready to bring this to heaven on earth. And we're here with you. But in the meantime, look after all of our family, all of our group, and 100% of the children as we talk to you and pray to you through our Savior, your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Good night, everyone. We love you all. Have a great evening, and let's do some praying. Keep your vibrations up. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I went a little over an hour. We're still at 133 people, and I thank each and every one of you and the ones that got off. Good night. God bless, and we love you all.